Hello, everybody. It's Billie, the Crafty Floridian, and I'm a little late. I didn't think I'd be able to get around to videoing till tomorrow, but I took a nice hot shower and I felt much better. My hair's clean. I look halfway decent, like I don't always, right? But anyway, I'm going to open day 5 and day 6 together because tomorrow, well, today, by the time I open today, and googie googie and just get all excited, then it'll be tomorrow, and then I can open tomorrow. So I'm going to open both of them today. Tomorrow will be busy. I got a lot that I need to do tomorrow, so I'm gotta get my build up my strength, my stamina, whatever it is that I need. I need to get a haircut. My hair is flipping up all over the place. I've got it glued behind my ears. I just need to get it whacked off. It's just too much hair. So today is day 5. This is day 5. And she's got it wrapped in fabric. We did the same thing. Didn't know that we were doing that, but we did. And this is, oh, pretty, pretty. I'm going to reuse this. Look, it's little snowmen. Isn't that cute? See? Jingle bells, jingle bells. Open this. And she's got it all tied here. Okay, I'm untying it. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh my gosh. Look at this. This is elegant ice yarn, and it's in a beautiful lavender. It's lavender and white, I guess. Lavender, yeah. Lavender and white. I don't think it has color. It's a 3, so it's a DK weight. And I've got not one, not 2, and not even 3. Definitely not 4. And for sure not 5. Not 6. Not even 7. But 8 balls of ice yarn in this beautiful lavender color. And I was going to look, and it's DK weight number 3, and it has, well, it has 50 grams. It's, boy, they make this so you can't really read it, right? But it's, okay, I'm going to read this. It's got, that's either 30-something superwash merino. I don't know if that's 10% linen, and I can't tell if that's, maybe there's one that's printed that's better. Nope, must be my eyes. Anyway, I can read linen, bamboo, cotton, and superwash merino. But isn't that pretty? It's lilac, purple lilac. Lilac, I would say. And white. Isn't that pretty? So when I figure out how many 50 grams are, 50 grams, probably what? 50 grams is like maybe 60 yards or something. 120 meters. God only knows. But anyway, I think this is enough that I could knit a beautiful sweater. And that's what I'm going to do. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And my fabric is a bear. You see the fabric? Bear open his presents. So don't be surprised if you find a bag made out of this next year. There we go. pretty? Just gonna tie it back up and I find a good place for it. There. That will probably go into my cat bag that she gave me yesterday. So I know this will be my next sweater. Now, tomorrow's gift is in this bag, and I believe Miss Debbie made this. The reason I know it is because there's the flamingo material that I sent her. I didn't send her that or that. Oh, and the cat, I sent her this fabric. And let's see, what else did I send her? No unicorn, because I don't do unicorns. That's fox. I don't do fox. There's a little, oh, this one. This with all the different sewing, that fabric there I sent her. I know that for sure. And then she's got a dog on the back. I didn't send her that. But there's a little bit of me in this bag. Isn't that sweet? I love it. Okay, so I got another project bag. So I'm going to open this. And this is day 6. She even underlined the 6. I wouldn't mistake it for a 9, which I probably would have. Okay. So, okay. Open that up. Oh my gosh. You're really outfitting me, aren't you? She knows I don't buy yarn. Oh, look at this. Oh my God, is this soft? Look at this, Caron Skinny Cakes. Well, of course, I've never had any of this. It's 100% acrylic. It's a number 3, and it's called Cookies and Strawberries. Cookies and Strawberries. And it's got 795 yards in it, and she sent me 2. So that's like 1,500 yards of DK weight. Man, I could make something out of that. Oh, it looks gray, but I guess it is sort of got blue tinge in it. But isn't that pretty? It's so pretty. I love it. And boy, is it soft. Ooh. Oh my gosh, I want to have so much fun this winter. Thank you so much, Debbie. I love it. I love this. Is that skinny cake? Did I say shiny? It's skinny cakes. Okay. I couldn't remember if I said shiny or skinny. Cookies and strawberries. That is so soft. That'll make a beautiful wearable, won't it? Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. Oh my gosh. See, when you're online, you don't see the, the colors and stuff like you do when you're in person. And then my bag has beautiful flowers. Look at that. Pretty flowers on it. Love it. Even feels like she's got a little um, interfacing in there. Very, very nice. Man, if I see, just leave it in here and it's another project. Gosh, thank you so much, Debbie. I love, 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 love it. Man, if I got yarn, I love it. And then I don't know if I haven't talked to you, but last night I will treasure this because it's a little bit of me and a little bit of all your other um, subscribers that send you all this fabric, which I think is just wonderful. I know I'm looking. I'm looking. Little chickens, little teddy bears. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Very, very nice. I love it. Thank you so much. What was I saying? I got carried away. Um, oops, oops, one fell out of my little thing. Um, oops, put it back there. I'll put it in the bag. I have a bag for all my yarn from my project. So that's today and tomorrow, and then I'll be back with you on Tuesday. Um, I want to tell you, I've never been so moved by all the wonderful stories that you guys have sent me in the comments below. If you have a chance, you should read them. I have, when you're growing up and you go through childhood, you wonder, God, are we the only family that faced this? I mean, when you're growing up, you think, God, this has got to be, no one has to go through this or do this, or no one does this. But then you turn out, I mean, there was even one comment from a yarny friend that said that her parents did the same thing and laid out, mostly they got clothes at Christmas for church and stuff, like we did, and laid their clothes out like, like mom and dad did. And of course, in getting that tangerine or an orange in your stocking with some nuts or something, that was always so very, very special. And you really held on to that orange or that nut or whatever it was that was in there. Candy, we didn't have so much candy. We had the gumdrop tree, but we didn't have like people do nowadays where they buy a lot of candy and stuff. We didn't have, I mean, that was sort of a luxury. The only time we had candy was at Halloween, and if there was any left at Christmas time, Mother would stick it in the stocking. I know she did that if there was any, left. Um, but the stories were just wonderful. I mean, my gosh, I just sat there and just read and read, and some stories or most of them I read, a couple times. And but I don't want to waste your time if you're not interested. But if you go on to that video and read the comments, you'll see some of the stories that were sent to me. And there were a lot of people that struggled, especially back in that day. Um, you think, well, my mother found $150. That's not much money because one gift for people nowadays costs more than $150. But back then, you could make $150 go a long way. So the other is a talk of food. Christmas time, we always had turkey. We had turkey at Thanksgiving. We had turkey at Christmas, and it was mostly because where my father worked, um, his his um, his place of employment would give a turkey to each one of the employees. So that's and I don't know if Dad got a bonus or not. I never knew if he did or not, but he did get a turkey, and that was our Christmas dinner. But my mother spent my mother spent a lot of time. She was a great cook, and she could take a can of something and make it and spread it out, baby, like nobody's business. But at Christmas time, or right before Christmas in the fall, my grandmother had she had I think she had a pecan is what we said in the South in North Carolina. There was a pecan tree there were two of them in the backyard, and then I believe there was one in the front yard, and the one in the back produced. I think the one in the back is still there. I don't know. I'm not sure, but that one stayed, and I think a couple were taken down. But anyway, Mother would. I don't know if they were sent up or somebody brought them up or what, but she would get a box of pecans, and we would all sit around and crack those. And it was hard not to eat them, but we weren't allowed to eat them because Mother made her own fruit cakes. So she had one of those grinders that you put on the edge of a table, and you sit there and put the the fruit and the nuts and the stuff in there, and you grind. It was like a meat grinder. It was a meat grinder, I guess. And we have to sit there and grind and grind and grind, and raisins and what was it, raisins and nuts and I don't know, just all kinds of stuff. But she made her own fruit cake. But I remember picking those pecans until your hands got real sticky with the film that's on the coat of the pecans. But yeah, that I remember really well. The um the fruit cakes at mom, and they were good fruit cakes. I mean, they taste like fruit instead of like sugar, if you know what I mean. It was a good fruit cake. It's nothing like a good fruit cake unless you get a little piece of the pecan hull in your mouth and it cracks your tooth. So you have to be careful about that. But we did. We had turkey. We always had mashed potatoes and candy yams and and a vegetable. And mother took Jello, and she'd make all kinds of things with Jello. Like she would take Jello and she would cut up apple and celery. I know it was apple and celery. Was there anything else? And put it in lime and green Jello, and that was a little side dish. Let me think. She used to do a lot with Jello, but she would make two of those little packed in a big long square pan. Put that Jello in there, and then we'd have to stir in the, cut up the apple and the celery and nuts. And nuts, that's right. Apple. We did a lot with nuts back then. I guess we were all nuts by then. Nuts, apple, mostly pecans. Um, Only when I moved north of North Carolina, then I started saying pecan because I always said pecan. But like everybody says, it's pecan because the pecan's under the bed. And we literally grew up with a pecan under the bed. My grandmother had a pecan under her bed until she had to move out of her house when she had to go to the nursing home. But anyway, yeah, so we did have um, some good food, and of course we loved our oranges or tangerines. Tangerine was like the top of the citrus because, and of course back then they didn't have tangelos and all those other funny little cuties and all those kind of fruit. It was a tangerine or an orange, and I did love my tangerine. Tangerines were so good, and they didn't have seeds, so that was even better. And let's see, what else did we have? Of course, chocolate cake. My mother made her own icing and her own cakes, and my father loved chocolate cake with chocolate icing, and that was mostly our dessert. Except sometimes mother would make a pumpkin pie or cherry pie. She really liked making cherry pies. I remember, and you roll out the dough and lay it in. I remember helping her with that. And so we did have pies, but we definitely had to have chocolate cake because that was my dad's favorite. She always made sure we had chocolate cake on Sundays. And you usually got about one piece of it, and that was at dinner time. And usually if there was anything left, it went to Dad. Let's see, what else did we have that was, I mean, we were from the South. We had Southern food. We didn't have any, this um, Mediterranean food or, out, just good old Southern food is mostly what we ate. So that was basically what we ate for Christmas. Yeah, that's it. And let's see, do I owe you another story for tomorrow? Let's see. So I've told you what we ate, what our Christmas. Oh, and every Christmas Eve for, I'd say for about 4 years, there was a couple that lived across the street from us that had 2 children. And every Christmas Eve, they went to midnight mass. They were Catholic, and I was their babysitter. And I'd have to go over about 11:45, and they were usually home about 1:15. So Santa Claus couldn't and didn't come to visit us until Miss Billie was home from her babysitting job and had to go upstairs. Now, all the kids in this house that we lived in the longest, all of us lived upstairs. Mom and Dad were downstairs, and the current baby was downstairs. Does that make sense? Yeah. So, but Santa Claus didn't come until I came home from Christmas. I did a lot of babysitting, and that's how I paid for a few things like my your school yearbook. That's how I paid for a couple of my yearbooks. Um, my class ring from babysitting. And then after I graduated, about 2 months later, I was in a establishment, and I had lost a lot of weight from the time that I had gotten it. Um, I think I went from a 16 to a 6 in about a year, less than a year. And I don't know, I was waving my hand around and it flew off, and we never did find it. So I lost my class ring within a few months after I graduated. At least I didn't have it long enough to be attached to it. So that's my Christmas stories for the 5th and the 6th. So I will see you guys on Tuesday. Have a great couple of days. I know a lot of you are preparing for next weekend, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. If you're going anywhere, please be safe. If you took the week off, please be careful. And we will see you on Tuesday. Bye, everybody.